If you're looking to get started in web design next year or just improve your existing business, I want to share with you 5 things that have helped my business over the last couple of years, and I know that they would definitely help you too if you were to implement them throughout the next 12 months. Now, your number one struggle at the moment probably is being able to find clients and sign up clients, because let's be honest, the industry has become very saturated and it's becoming more and more challenging to find customers. But these 5 individual things that I'm going to share with you today are really going to help you stand out and separate yourselves from all of the noise and all of the commodities that are out there. Now, the first thing that I want you to think about is building an audience. Okay, now you can build an audience in a variety of different ways. You have YouTube, which is what I have been focusing on over the last 2 years, in an attempt to help as many of you as I possibly can by way of content and helping you build and grow and better your business. As a result of doing that, I've been able to build an audience of loyal subscribers and people that watch my content regularly, which has, as a result, opened up a lot of doors in other areas. Not only do I get inbound inquiries through my website, but I've also been able to grow a small coaching business on the side as well. So growing an audience of your ideal target market, people that you are looking to reach out to and work with, and putting together content that's designed specifically to them, it's going to allow you to be an authority in the field that you're sitting in and allow you to stand out from everybody else that isn't producing content and growing an audience. Okay, now you can grow an audience with YouTube, but there's also other ways that you can grow audience as well. You've got an email mailing list. And if you are able to grow a mailing list, that gives you the opportunity to write valuable content to that audience on a regular basis. And when you are ready to then pitch your services and then sell specifically what it is that you're offering, you will have an audience to do that to. Another way to grow an audience is via Facebook groups. Okay, you can go as far to produce a community specifically for the type of people that you are looking to help. As a web designer, you can produce a community that focuses on website design and how you can help a specific type of person, whether it is industry specific or service specific. So for example, you could be helping dentists or doctors, or you could be helping people that have Webflow websites or WordPress websites or Shopify stores. Whatever that might be, just build an audience of people that need the help that you're able to give. Now, over the past couple of years, I've really understood how important it is to have an audience, and by growing an audience, which does admittedly take a bit of time, it doesn't happen overnight, but getting started and growing that audience, it will eventually start to make things easier for you. I've been able to grow a YouTube audience, I've created a Facebook group, and I've also created a fairly decent mailing list, all of which I'm able to put valuable content out on a regular basis. And as a result, when somebody needs the help that I'm able to provide, they will come to me, and that is then an inbound lead to my business. Okay, now moving on to the next thing that you should be focusing on when getting started within web design next year is SEO optimizing your own website. Okay, so many people underestimate the power of search. Right? And as a result, even if you are offering SEO services within your business to potential clients, still I see a lot of designers failing to optimize their own website because they feel like they don't need to. Okay, now again, similar to the audience, it takes a little while for you to grow your organic search ranking. So it is a really good idea to get started as soon as you possibly can, because you may not see results for 6, 12, maybe even 18 months. But if you can SEO optimize your website, you're going to get people searching for web design in your local town, city. And if you can eventually come up and appear even in the top 3, that's traffic coming to your website, and then inbound inquiries are going to land in your inbox. Now, around 18 months ago, I started focusing on SEO, and now it is paying dividends. It has taken a little while, but we're now in a position where over the last 4 or 5 months, we've really ramped up our efforts in SEO, and we are really seeing the results of this. We have regular inbound inquiries, whether it is phone calls, whether it is booked consultations via Calendly, or whether it is just emails landing directly in our inbox. We are getting inquiries from people that need our help. So SEO optimizing your own site is super, super important. So get started with that now. Now, moving on to the third thing, furthering the website, is making sure that you fix your terrible website. Okay, remember, your website is your portfolio. You want to make sure that it looks as good as it possibly can, because let's not forget, when someone visits a website, any website, within a split second, they're making a judgment as to whether they want to stay or whether they want to go. And if your website, I hate to say it, looks terrible, they're not going to be left with a very good impression. They're not going to believe that you're able to help them, and they're going to leave, and are going to go to your competitor. Okay, so you want to make sure that your website is as good as it possibly can be. Make sure that you have your value proposition at the top, so telling people how you can help them. Make sure that it's results driven, okay? Talk about what results you're able to achieve for that person visiting your site. What results have you got for other people, and therefore you can potentially get for them, and make sure that there's a call to action quite high up on the page as well to make sure that people, if they want, can get in touch with you very, very easily. Okay, make sure that you are showcasing good pieces of work, good results that you've managed to achieve for other businesses. And if you haven't yet managed to achieve results for other businesses because you are just getting started, then don't worry. As soon as you are able to land your first project, make sure that you are including that on your website. If you are just getting started, the best thing that you can possibly do is just make sure that your website is as nice and beautiful and engaging and as user-friendly as it possibly can be, just to give yourself the best chance of someone coming to the site, being blown away and wanting to talk to you and work. No bad websites, guys. Make sure that you are fixing your terrible websites. As a web designer, that's the very least that you should be doing. The fourth thing that you need to be looking at and focusing on next year is becoming a problem solver. Okay. Still, as a web designer, you have a web designer mentality, and your main focus will be perhaps just producing a website that looks great. Okay. Now that's only part of the equation. Now, when someone wants a website, it tends to be because they have real business problems. Okay. So what you need to be working on is understanding what those typical real business problems that businesses have. Once you understand those, you can then go as far to produce a website that answers and fixes those problems. Okay, so you do need to be solving real problems. Now, if you're wondering how do you understand what these problems are, it's simple. All you need to do is ask. Okay, so when you're having conversations with business owners who are looking for a website, then you just want to ask them simply, what challenges are you facing at the moment? What problems are you facing? Things like that, and get them talking, and then you can really start to understand what it is that they feel like they need solving. Then you, as a web designer, you can offer them this web design as a solution to help them meet their goals. Okay, the website will become the vehicle to take them from where they currently are to where they want to be. Okay, and that's what you need to do. You need to sell this future. You want to sell them on where they want to be, and the website being a vehicle that's going to take them there. Okay, so become a problem solver. Having that just simple switching mentality and mindset is really going to help you with selling more web design services, no matter your current position, whether you're just getting started or whether you've been doing this for a little while now. That simple mindset switch is going to help you a lot. Okay, now finally, number 5, what you need to be focusing on next year is sales. Okay, now this might be really scary because you've not come from a sales-based background, or you're terrified of potentially talking to someone on the phone. Perhaps you're introverted. I know I can relate to a lot of those things, but ultimately you need to become good at sales. Having your own business and being a web design freelancer or agency owner, you need to sell yourself all the time. Okay, whether you're selling yourself in your content, whether you're selling yourself within the audience that you've built, within emails that you're sending, within the messaging on your own website. Okay, you're always selling yourself. Regardless as to whether it can be a scary thing, you just need to get better. Now, the best bit of advice that I can give you is perhaps enroll in a couple of courses that focus on how to sell web design and teaching you how you can sell the result, okay, which I've already spoken about. Then things will feel a lot easier for you if you have that guidance. Ultimately, the best way that you can improve on something is just by doing it, is by booking sales calls and having those conversations. Heck, if you are not very good at it at first, don't worry. As long as you are getting better, things will get better for you. Now, worst case scenario, you absolutely don't want to do that. There is a way around it, and that is essentially partnering with someone who is good at sales, who has perhaps the sales-based background that you are lacking and the confidence that maybe you don't have, in order to get the job done and get customers booked in and clients signed up. So although I do absolutely recommend that you get better at sales yourself, if you really don't want to, then you would have to go down the route of partnering with another person, and you'd have to split things in any way that you want, 50-50, I don't know, that would be up to you. So there is a way around that, but focusing on sales is really going to help you and your business grow. Okay, so hopefully you found those 5 things valuable. I know that those 5 things alone have really helped my business over the last couple of years. It's helped me position myself well in my market and give me focus and grow my business in the way that it wants. It's also opened up a lot of other opportunities for me by way of growing an audience and getting better at sales and things like that. So if you can focus on just those 5 things over the next 12 months, things are going to go really, really well for you. Now, if you found that valuable, I'd really appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below and let me know what your goals are for 2023. I'm super interested in that. Now, there's an end screen coming up with more valuable content for you to go and check out. And if you haven't done so already, please do hit that subscribe button. I would really, really appreciate that. Now, have a good day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.